Because you know, that is the goal of every author, to please me. Yeah, I'm having a day. I'm feeling my own attitude here. Okay. Hello everybody, I'm Anna, I'm one of the two mythical unicorns. Welcome to our channel and to this video. It is great to have you here. This is my January wrap-up video, so we'll just get right into it. First up, I listened to Everyday Angel by B.E. Schwab, and if I remember it correctly, this was a book that was ordered by some organization to help young girls cope with different stuff in life. So girls that feel a bit invisible or don't really know how to get help or feel like they don't deserve help and feel lonely. It was sort of written for them, and I think that's kind of nice that the book has such a clear purpose. Let's just get into what the book is about. And it's about Arya, and she's a guardian angel, and she has just come to life or come to Earth. It's a bit unclear where she was and what she was before, what she was doing, anything. She is now on Earth and she is supposed to find someone to help. And she finds them by following this blue smoke. And the book has 3 different stories. So Arya, she helps in 3 different places. So she finds a girl and she gets to know them and tries to find out what the problem is, how can she help, and her goal is to make these girls feel better because they are sad for some reason or another. And I am not the target audience for this book. All of the girls are early teens and I am obviously not anymore, but I still wanted to read it because V. Schwab, you know? And so I wasn't captured by this book the way I have been by other of her books, but it's still a really good book. It's still very cute and I definitely enjoyed it, and I sort of did it in the 3 parts that it's in. So first I listened very quickly to the first story, and then I sort of had a break and waited a day or 2, and then I went on to the next one and I listened to that one and so on. And yeah, it was really good. It is meant for girls that age mostly, so as to feel not alone and feel empowered and you know, all this stuff. But I think it's a really good book for adults as well, for parents, if they have a hard time connecting to their teenage daughter or son, like goes both ways, just to get a reminder of how it was to be a teenager. And also the world changes very quickly, and it is, teens today have it very different from the way even from when I was a teen. And so really good, really enjoyed it. Moving on. Next up we have an Enchantment of Ravens, and I got Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson as a Christmas gift from Alex. He said that he wanted me to find my way back into reading and really enjoy it, and you know, just find the spark again with books. And in an earlier video, I don't remember which one, I think it was a tag, like new year tag, and I said I wanted to read more books by her, and she has another book that is called An Enchantment of Ravens, and I've read that one as well. Do not have the physical copy, so I'm showing you this one instead, so you have something nice to look at. The 2 are both standalones. They are not in the same world, it is not the same characters. So if you're interested in her books, it doesn't matter which order you read them in, but it's a typical YA. An Enchantment of Ravens is about a painter, and this girl, she paints portraits for fae creatures. So they come to her, they pay her, and she paints them, and she's very good at this. And in this book, the fae can't create anything, so they can't do anything with craft. Can't paint, can't sew, can't make things, because it physically harms them and might kill them. So they are very intrigued by this, that the humans can create things, and she is supposed to paint something for a special person that is something else than first advertised, and you know, typical YA stuff, you know. And yeah, that is about what I have to say about it. It is typical YA fantasy, a little bit of romance. I really enjoyed it. That is my weak spot, you know, really gets me. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I guess that is all I can say. If you are into this genre, you know what I mean. If you are not, this is a standalone and would be perfect if you want to try the genre out. Either which one of them. I enjoyed them equally. No, that is not true. I think I enjoyed Sorcery of Thorns more, this one. So, moving on. Then we have Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. And I borrowed this one from Michelle. I've kept it in pristine condition, so she won't get mad when she gets it back. I really enjoyed it. It is about Yadriel, and I am not really friends with that name. It feels weird to me. It might be very common somewhere else, or maybe it's a very nice name, but for me, I wanted to read Gabrielle, and it is obviously not. But that is just a personal note that is completely irrelevant to the story, which was amazing. It's about Yadriel, and he is part of this community that I can't pronounce, so you know, Brujos, maybe? I did take Spanish in school. Please don't be mad at me. I am not only butchering Japanese names on this channel, I will butcher anything. And he is not allowed to do the ceremony because he was not born a boy, but he is a boy, and he's sort of struggling to prove himself that he can do the things that all the other men can do in this community. So they can talk to the dead, the men, and then the women heal. And so when one of the men in his community dies, because they all feel when someone dies, so they know that he has died, but they can't find his body and they can't communicate with his ghost. So Yadriel tries to like summon him, but get someone else instead. And yeah, it was very, very nice. I really enjoyed it. There was a part at the end there where I was texting Michelle to let her know if stuff did go down the wrong way, I would be mad. So I was invested. I was very invested, and I really enjoyed it. And I read this in like 3 days. So very easy to read. It's just so good. Like, it falls into the category of sort of like the Adam Silvera sort of feel, and just a touch of fantasy and magic, but still in our own like sort of world is just a little bit, it's not too much. Also, you know, the Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, also the same sort of feel, sort of category. I love it. Makes me so happy to read these kinds of books. And yeah, it was really, really nice. And I definitely agree with Michelle that these were some awesome characters. So definitely would recommend this one too. And then we have A Sky Beyond the Storm by Sabah Tahir. And I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that completely wrong as well. Yeah, talking is not my strongest forte. A Sky Beyond the Storm, and it is the fourth and final in the Ember in the Ashes series. And yes, this, you know, when you get so invested in a book series and you are so scared that it's gonna let you down because you've been let down before, but not this time. Like, I have enjoyed all 4 books equally, and if you belong to the category of people that have not read any of these books, I am so envious, because if you get to read all 4 books for the first time back to back, oh, that would be amazing. So this is a fantasy series. One of the main characters is Elias, and he has a best friend who is a female. I don't remember her name. And she is the only girl in this, is it in the like class, or is it entire, they are training to be guards and soldiers, and they kill scholars. And then we have a scholar whose family is murdered and her brother is captured, and then she wants to get to her brother and she wants revenge, so she sort of infiltrates this academy and stuff. That is probably the very worst like explanation of what this book is about, but it is great, and it has all the things. You know, we have magic, and then we have like fighting, and we have friendship, and we have love, and we have strategy, and we have family, and oh yes, it is so good. And I think this series takes like one of the top 10 spots on my ever read book series. I think I'm gonna have to do one of those top 10s. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was amazing. If you've read any or all of the books, like, let me know down below. Favorite moments, favorite characters. Did you enjoy the books? Were you as excited as me when you got to read the 4th book? Were you happy about the ending? I was happy about the ending. Like, as happy as you could be. You know, this is not the kind of book series where everyone survives. Like, be prepared. But overall, I am pleased. And lastly, we have Serpent and the Dove, or Serpent and Dove? Maybe there are no "the" in the title. Michelle can just put a picture of it here. By Shelby Maury. Names. So I read that one. I'm currently reading the 2nd one, but I didn't have time to read it in January, so that's February. Serpent and Dove, and it's written from 2 different characters. Do you hear the echo in my head? Names. It's about this girl who is sort of a witch, and she is hiding from something, and she dresses like a boy sometimes to hide in society, because society is horrible and burn witches. And then there's this man, and he's not part of the church per se, but he's like trained to hunt witches and magical creatures, because they are bad, bad, bad things from the devil without any soul. And they meet, and stuff happens, and secrets are kept, and and as I said, I am currently reading the second one, so obviously I enjoyed it. I recommend it. I have heard that people don't enjoy it, and I am not for men owning women. That is that would not work out well for me. And they do in this book. It is like taking place back in time, and it's also made up, but in this society, when a man and a woman gets married, the man is like owning the woman, and he can do whatever he wants to her. And that is definitely problematic. You should not do that. You are not allowed to hit anyone, no matter the gender of the person. So, I see the issues in the book, but this is made up, and also I think it's important to not forget like what has been and forget history, because when you forget history, it has a tendency to repeat itself. So I enjoy the book. I think that they are reminding us of issues that take place and has taken place in the society, and that is problematic, but and I ended on a little different note than I was planning. I was very excited, and now I'm thinking about all the horrors in the world, because that is life in 2021 as well. And that was it. That is all the things I've read during January. If you have any thoughts on the books that I've read, please leave a comment down below, because I would love to discuss them. If you have any recommendations of books I should be reading, please leave those as well, because always love a good recommendation. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that, and until next time, bye!